Is it, are we recording? No. Oh.
Yeah.
Should I close down? Oh, Ricky's appearing by
Yes, yeah,
and Christian.
yes. I heard Jojo was something.
Hey everyone, I'm
Okay.
here. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
All right, well, since I think most people look like they're here, we'll go ahead and call to order this meeting on May 26th, 2026 of the Public Defender Service Corporation Board of Trustees. Shane, can we get a roll call?
Yes, roll call. Chairman Attorney Shane Black,
Here.
Vice Chairman Attorney Jeff Woods,
So he contacted me. He has a family medical emergency. So could he be excused?
Sure, yeah.
Member Dr. Ricky Hernandez,
Present.
Member Attorney Janet King. I don't see her on the,
And yeah, given what they're going through,
Right.
second, I was wondering if you want to just excuse her until we.
Yeah.
Member Donna Munoz Matson,
I hadn't heard from her, yeah.
okay. Member Attorney Jojo Perez.
Here.
And member Dr. Christiana Whitman.
Present.
We have four members present, sure.
So. We have four.
We have four.
All right, and moving on to the proof of due notice, the meeting, has that been accomplished, Shane?
Okay, so we did get an inquiry as far as our postings for the meeting for today. We posted it on the 19th, but based on the holiday, the Memorial Day holiday. There was a question as to whether it should have been posted on the 18th
Okay,
instead of the 19th. So if it's basically determined that it should have been the 18th, then we are determined to not be in compliance with that.
I gotta get out my calendar.
Yeah, 18th was last Monday. And so these are required 5 working days.
5 working days.
Yeah, and today's the 5th working day, so.
We had a situation like this come up in the past.
Well, I think historically, because the statute is, it's kind of vague, it says 5 working days. This is the 5th working day, but then it has a different language for 48 hours. Must be 48 hours prior to the start of the meeting. So there is no prior to the start of the meeting requirement for the 5 days, but I think boards are interpreting it differently, so. I think historically, we just,
Has this board interpreted it?
well, I think we've actually held meetings, on the 5th working day.
On the 5th working day?
Yeah, but I mean, this is a different board, so if this board wants to interpret that prior to the start of the meeting to apply to both the 5 working days and the 48 hours, and we're definitely not in compliance.
So you're telling me that in prior board, which was filled with the presiding judge and justice of the Supreme Court, they've allowed it to go on
On the 5th working.
on the 5th working day, which is where we are today, based on the 19th posting. Well, I'm inclined to side with the judges, but if anybody else has any opinion.
And the other problem is that when we looked through our bylaws, because we thought our bylaws would be consistent with the exact wording of the statute, our bylaws say include that prior to. So it wouldn't be in compliance with the bylaws, and the remedy is that any action taken would be void. So as long as we don't take any action, like vote on anything, we should be fine. It'll just be an
Or-
informational hearing.
Our bylaws
Yep.
require the 48 hours.
Well, prior to the start of the meeting, as well as for some reason, our bylaws say 5 days, 5 working days prior to the start of the meeting. So it's a little more
Oh, I see. Thank you.
detailed than the actual statute.
So we wouldn't be in compliance with our active bylaws.
So that's
correct.
I mean, I would claim with it.
Yeah,
Be more conservative around.
right. Well, this does add another layer.
So, I mean, we could still have the meeting, just not vote on anything and like defer approval of the minutes to the next meeting and if we have to vote anything. But I mean, we could discuss, like provide information like our stats and
Yeah.
and things
I
that don't
think that
require
what we
action.
actually would be informative, anything that would, lead towards a deliberation on any subject we probably shouldn't discuss, but things like reports on the stats and everything, we can go through.
Okay. I'm comfortable with basic discussion.
Is it, my experience though, even having a meeting is still not necessarily voting on anything, but I just gotta look up. Do you have the language for the open government?
Yeah, but it just says any action taken would be void.
But it's not about any meetings, right?
Yeah, it doesn't,
Well, that's that. And the subsequent sections go into, actions not taken and what can be done.
and it doesn't really define action, right? It's, I figured.
In the definition for action taken, it kind of alludes towards anything that would have to be decided at the quorum or anything that would need, that kind of determination. It didn't, the only thing I mentioned about, the conversations were if they were to deliberate and decide on a subject. Yeah.
I had my read of it, but you can read it.
So we could just treat like a meeting without a quorum then.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't give specific options on what to do, right? As far as, but, I mean, generally the options would be, council meeting and move things to.
My read of it is just regular meetings. So this is a regular meeting regardless of whether or not an action is taken.
If it's okay, I do remember, Steve, like since I've been on the board in the last 3 years, there definitely was a canceled meeting due to failure of public notice. I don't remember the nuance of it, if it was 5 working days or whatever it was, but I do remember, and I was trying to look through my email to figure out if I could find that cancellation notice, but I definitely remember one in the last 3 years that was canceled because of the failure to put up the public notice in time. So I don't know if that gives anyone else, makes anyone else or changes anyone's mind.
Yeah, I'll just chime in too because I had posed an inquiry as well, just because I noticed the 5-day working day notice was issued on May 19th. Just my experience with multiple boards, GITA, Airport, Retirement Fund, that the 5 working days, if there's a holiday, then you'd post it 1 day earlier because the holiday wouldn't be considered 5 working days. It's been pretty strict. We've canceled multiple meetings because, as an example, maybe the governor called a holiday and we canceled the meeting because we didn't have the 5 days because we had put it out and then a holiday got declared and then we canceled and put it out again. But that's just my experience on those other boards. They put it out, a day earlier if there's a holiday in between. So it would have been put out on Monday. But I was wondering if we had put out any, anything else prior to that. Sometimes boards put out, a notice earlier. It could be more than 5 days. And then they put out another one and then they put out a third just in case. I don't know what management had done in this case, but that's just my experience in prior boards.
Yeah, the 19th was the first notice that was out. So
Yeah,
there was nothing.
I think it was at 8:02 or something like that in the morning for
Yeah.
public notice. And then, and also, it's not really clear what the, working day is it defined? Because like, if for the judiciary, right, Saturdays, is a working day because of the magistrate, so. But I mean, I think just to be safe, maybe we could,
Well, the argument cuts both ways, right?
Yeah.
We're not deciding, and it doesn't look like there's anything pressing to decide today anyway. And maybe it's not appropriate to do so. And also, maybe if we don't need to decide anything, there's no reason to have really in-depth discussion of it either, so.
Yeah, that's what maybe we could just table everything that requires discussion, like the, old business and the, and then see, I mean, all these, really, the other things are just informational. The statistics, the financials, update from the, legislative, meeting we had with OSB and public discussion.
My concern is that my reading of this is just a regular meeting, and if we're not, what is this? Is this a regular meeting? Cause if so, then this is the definition of what the notice needs to actually give 5 days. And then second of all, our bylaws is prior to, and then third off is, I just don't want, you know, if it's something that's discussion, I mean, this is something that we can circulate via email to as well for more informational basis. So I'm just a more conservative reading of it, but that's just my take of at least the notice aspect of this.
Yeah, now that I see this paperwork and understand the issue with the bylaws, I tend to agree with you myself. So, and also I look on this agenda and it looks like there's nothing that's incredibly pressing that we'd have to push the issue in a non-conservative way. So, with that, I suppose the one thing we should do is set another date to come back.
It's 5 days notice.
With 5 days notice and do this appropriately.
Prior to.
Right, prior to. Is there any other holidays coming in?
Well, the 23rd, we should be safe.
Yeah, the notice date was June 23rd on the agenda.
There's Juneteenth, but
I mean,
it's
could
federal.
But yeah.
probably pick something sooner, but we'd have 2 meetings in 1 month, so, yeah. I mean, I think one of the options is just move all the items to
To the next one,
23rd.
Yeah, that,
to June 23rd.
Yeah, cause you know, some of the discussion, for instance, like when we start going down towards C under new business, right? That probably has a lot more, meat behind it, right?
Yeah.
As far as determining certain things, so. We could put more information out regarding that.
yeah, and we're working on proposed rules for that, so we can definitely keep that till June.
And if it helps, I don't know, but I'm tracking to go offline and I'll be back on after the 24th, but I don't know if that's, if that's necessary.
When do you leave?
I leave on the 16th at night.
I leave on the 27th. And won't be back till the 18th of July.
So, I mean, yeah, the date, I mean, as it is in the bylaws, right?
Or if we do the 15th,
Yeah, we could do it the week before
Yeah.
before your departure.
June 15th on a Monday.
Oh.
I'm good with that.
I'm good with that
It is a
too.
Monday.
Any other conflicts, from Dr. Whitman or,
Well,
Either of the docs.
yeah, either of the doctors?
Any
No, I'm
conflict
available.
with either?
Yeah,
I'm available.
okay.
Okay, June 15th.
All right, let's go ahead and set it for June 15th and we can get the notices out appropriately and be comfortable with any discussion moving forward. With that,
so did you want to go through the information, like the stats or?
no, according to what Jojo has read and presented me here, it seems to be that the meeting specifically needs to have the notice. And given that what we have here informationally can be postponed till next time, I think it's okay to just close up and move forward.
Okay, because I just wanted to go into public discussion just briefly.
Okay, before we adjourn, is there any public discussion?
Yes, I just have one matter. It's with deep regret and sorrow that we would like to share the passing of Harold F. Parker. He came to Guam in 1977. as an AmeriCorps Vista attorney and worked until his retirement in 2003. He served 22 years as our executive director. He was a career public servant, later serving as executive director for the Guam Legal Service Corporation for 11 years. I also believe he helped found Guam Legal. On a personal note, I interviewed with Hank when I was still in law school. There were no openings, but I knew I would eventually work here. He hired me in 1998, and for that I will always be indebted. Guam and PDSC were blessed that Hank decided to make Guam his home. May we just observe a minute of silence in honor of Mr. Parker?
I think that's appropriate. So let's go ahead and do that.
Thank you. And also, I mean, there will be a ceremony, we think in June or July, family member will be coming to Guam, so we'll try to coordinate with Guam Bar and Guam Legal to do a proper service for it.
Well, thanks for bringing that up. You know, we all worked with Hank and was a great jurist for Guam. Really,
Now that same month, we lost him and Rage Project.
yeah.
Steve, if there's anything we could do, please keep us or give us a call.
Oh, yes. Thank you, trustee.
Yeah. Okay, given that we have a new date for this, we will go ahead and adjourn unless there's an objection to that until June 15th. And appropriate notice will go out so that we can have comprehensive discussion then and possibly even vote on things. Thank you everyone for coming out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.